Welcome back, everyone. So we've just scratched the surface. Let's look at some more, just the lies and all the shady stuff going on in the fitness industry. Let's have a look.
Okay, I just want to let you know that most of the fitness influencers that you follow on social media are photoshopping their bodies. Like, it's crazy. It's 2025 and we're still photoshopping our bodies. And I'm not trying to be a hater, but these women literally post their glute workouts with massive ass BBLs. Girl, you could do that workout every single day, but that is not going to make you look like that woman. Most of your favorite influencers are fake. They are so fake. If you find an influencer that you like who is real, stay with them and do not let them go.
This is happening in every corner of the fitness industry. So it's not just fake natties we got to worry about. We got to worry about the Photoshop warriors as well. There are so many influencers out there getting surgery or fake natties, and they're selling plans to you guys with this idea that you're going to look like this. It's so sad, honestly.
It's out of control, and even Olympians and gymnasts and rappers and like influencers, just everyone's doing it. And it's like, you've literally got the real photo going online and she's still doing it for her socials, knowing it'll pop off more. Imagine how many thousands and millions of young girls follow this girl and think, all right, I want to have the body that she has. I'll do some gymnastics. Oh, I don't have the body. I'm going to have an eating disorder now. Body dysmorphia. Why don't I have that body? It's like, because she don't even have that body.
This really bothers me. This is an Olympian. This is a naturally talented athlete that doesn't need to be aesthetically pleasing to be famous or to be successful. Yet she still feels the need or the pressure or whatever. I don't know why. But it's so obvious as well. Like, we got to this point where there's no shame online, it seems. That clearly the real one's online and she's still going to edit the one she posts. Make it make sense.
Stop. Watch how good these video apps are. Ready? I'll go back and forth. This is her normal body. Video app kicks in, brings her waist in, brings her belly button in, no glitches, just looks completely normal. And the rest of the video, she can show that she has a small waist. She even moves her arm in front of where it goes. Nah, bro, watch it again. Big girl, small waist.
Clearly, it's not just photos. You can do this on videos and it seems flawless. Like, if you didn't see the before and after or whatever, you wouldn't know. You would just assume that's how she looked. It's crazy.
Most of it is pretty much fake because apps like Facetune unfortunately exist where you can morph and change your body to look a certain way so that, you know, fitness influencers can sell you their programs, their products, their apps, when in reality, we don't look like this at all. I am not very good at this app, as you can probably tell, but there's literally a resizing button. There's an enhance button. I don't even look human. Look at this. I don't even look human. And look at the before and after. Boom. Boom. Just be careful, guys, of who you follow.
Like she said, man, just be careful who you follow or just careful who you trust. Like, there's a lot of entertaining content creators out there that are in the gym space, but it doesn't mean you have to listen to what they're saying. Like, you can enjoy their content. Like, I love Sam Sulek's content, but I'm not going to take steroids because someone I enjoy watching does. We got to really be careful and not to expect the same results as these people if we're not living the same life.
A lot of people ask me what I do for shoulders specifically, and mostly I take steroids.
I'm just gonna give you guys the truth. Steroids are so fucking dope, and people don't want me to say that, bro, but like, I've done, I would say, every drug in the books, like all the hard hitters, but either way, steroids are so much better than every single drug. Like, if you're looking to just like get into drugs, skip to the steroids. It took me a long time of like experimenting with drugs. Like, I'm here to tell you, steroids is the chut, and that's not a joke.
Hanging out with Togi fucked you up? It actually didn't. I made 1.5 mil gambling, and now I want to get on steroids so I look better. I really don't see the problem.
I remembered the quote, all gamblers quit before they win big, and I knew exactly what to do. I had to keep digging. I had to keep.
Now I get it. This guy Togi, he's a likable guy. He's funny. He seems kind of cool, but his message as an adult, you can watch whatever and you can be objective, but as a young adult or a child that's starting to get some sort of push to want to go to the gym, and they find a guy like him, they're gonna jump to that conclusion. Like steroid use is so dangerous for adults, but if you start taking that stuff as a kid, and we've been through it before, you don't even need to start with. You could spend 5-6 years of getting consistent gains with no plateau before it, I mean, if you're training right, before even needing to consider it. It's so silly, it's so dangerous, but there's people out here like this that are just making it seem somewhat funny or just the same as smoking a cigarette. Like, it's crazy.
Cigarettes and steroids are dope. Like, you're out here being jacked, dope. Smoking darts, dope. It's all dope. Why are we pretending like it's not dope? Everyone knows it's not healthy, but why are we not talking enough about, like, wow, that is a really fun, cool thing that changes life for the better. Even though I know it's unhealthy, everyone's hammering the unhealthy. A good cigarette and some coffee, that's awesome.
A year ago, I was pumping Tren into my ass, and now I'm in a fucking Maybach. What the fuck's going on, bro? Steroids literally can get you wherever the fuck you want to be in life.
You take steroids, you become successful. That's the message that's being pushed now, and I can see it, so I know these kids are seeing it. They're obviously more naive, or they don't understand it as much as someone that's been in the industry. It's just so dangerous. It's just crazy to me. Let's make the gym a safe place again.
Can you see this fucking lump right here, bro? Dude, what is that shit, bro? I literally injected right here. You see that shit? Bro, I injected there like fucking yesterday. There's a huge ass fucking lump right here, dog.
I honestly remember the days when you would look down on someone that was taking steroids because you think they're being a cheater. Now it just seems so standard. It's crazy. The world has changed.
There was a time when lifting was sacred, when every rep was a rite and the gym was a temple.
So with this mindset comes dumb statements like this, and I see this stuff online. It's just confusing everyone. This couldn't be further from the truth. Firstly, he's benching 80. He's not even benching 100. But for someone to go from never training to being able to lift 100 kg within a year, you would probably have to be on steroids. In my first year of training, I was about 15, 16. I'm training with my dad. I couldn't even lift the bar. Now, we're not even talking a bar in a gym. I'm talking a gym in the garage, 10 kilogram bar. I can barely get that off my chest. And then maybe by the end of the year, I'm at 40. Now, at 36 years old, my PB, the best I've ever benched, is 120. Now, here's a little reality check when it comes to a bench press.
If you can bench 60 kg, you're in the top 20% of the adult male population. If you can bench 80 kg, you're in the top 10% of the adult male population. If you can bench 100 kg, you're in the top 2% of the adult male population. If you can bench 120 kg, you're in the top 1% of the adult male population. If you can bench 140 kg, you're in the top 0.1% of the adult male population.
So apparently only 2% of the adult male population can in fact bench 100 kg. So what does that tell you? Stop chasing those numbers.
How many times have I told you, stop accusing me of being fucking on gear? I told you I'm natty.
Bro, I'm not accusing you. You look natty.
Thank you. Wait, what do you mean I look natty?
I'm just saying, bro, you look natty.
What if...
I wouldn't say he looks natty.
At 54 years old, Mike O'Hearn shatters age barriers. How does he do it? The secret lies in his holistic approach to fitness. He combines intense weight training with a balanced diet and recovery practices. It's not just about the gym, it's his lifestyle. Discipline, consistency, and a positive mindset are his tools. Mike's journey inspires us, proving age is just a number.
I don't think it's down to his holistic approach.
Are you actually on like TRT though?
What would be the point though?
I mean, because men's hormone levels dip as they get older.
No, they don't.
Not to call you old by any means, because you found the
They
fountain
don't.
of youth.
See, that's the thing. You guys go, hey, you know what? When you're 20, you're like, and then when you're 50, you're like, zero. It's like, hold on for a second. Mona, hold on for a second. Mona, come here. Mona, come here. Let me see your abs.
Why?
Watch this. Let me see your abs.
They're the flex for the people.
Let me see your abs.
Oh, she got better abs than I do, for sure.
Why? She just had a kid. She's 46 years old. Why does she have better abs than you?
And I get what he's trying to say. Like, genetics isn't the main factor. It's about consistency and hard work. I kind of agree. Like, genetics obviously plays a role when you're looking at top level bodybuilders, but anyone can stay in shape if they're consistent. But he got real defensive when talking about hormone levels.
The slayer of the infamous Liver King. Has Mike O'Hearn ever sent you an email?
No comments.
Do you think he is natural or not?
Nope. I've met people from Venice Gym that have been around there for 30 years, and they've told me stuff. These bad actors do just keep popping up, and you take one down, 20 more will show up. But the difference between Mike O'Hearn and the Liver King is that Mike O'Hearn is actually in the fitness industry. With the information I have or don't have on Mike O'Hearn, I can expose, maybe you can.
And at least Mike O'Hearn showers.
Nope.
Now, granted, he is probably the most consistent bodybuilder on the planet. I mean, he's 54, he's never stopped. But can you maintain that mass without steroids? And he's been asked about it. Let's take a look.
If I did it, my career would have been over in the 90s, like everybody else's back then. And I can't think of anybody that's stayed consistent as long as I have, and that's solely nutrition.
Solely nutrition. Okay, so he's 54 years old. He's claiming natty. Now let's compare him to Jay Cutler, a Mr. Olympia competitor who's 50 years old. Let's have a look.
This will be the best interview of the day.
What's the best beginner cycle?
Testosterone.
One of my favorite guys in the industry.
Everyone's confused about what is right and wrong. I think ideally, like, you know, if you're going to take anything, it would be testosterone, but you don't need a lot. And I think now everyone is on a TRT dose, which I feel like, you know, a TRT dose should be prescribed based on what your necessity is needed, not just prescribed to each other. Right. You know, that's why I think everyone needs to know what their actually levels are.
So 600 milligrams weekly isn't TRT?
No. You know better.
So Jay Cutler has always been open about his steroid use. He's around the same age as Mike O'Hearn. He's actually 4 years younger in that shot. I would say Mike O'Hearn's in better shape. And he's natty. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I think it's quite clear. If you're looking at Jay Cutler's history of steroid use and openly admitting it, his shape he's in right now, 4 years younger than Mike O'Hearn, and seeing the shape that Mike O'Hearn's in, I think any rational person can assume he has at least taken something in the past if he's not currently taking something. But talking to one of the subscribers, they actually mentioned Rich Piana and his Synthol use. I didn't realize, I didn't actually put two and two together, seeing his ridiculously sized arms. So I did a little bit of digging, so I appreciate that.
Why did Rich Piana have massive arms, but he never flexed them? Some of you might think it was his 8-hour arm workout, but truth be told, he mainly got his massive arms without even working out. Synthol. Synthol is an oil that is injected into a muscle to make it appear bigger, and you bet Rich Piana abused this. And if you don't think he did, just have a look at this photo from his bodybuilding days in 1999. Pay close attention to the shape of his bicep. Okay, now look at this photo from 2009. Do you see it? His arms gained heaps of size, but he lost all of the definition. This is why you rarely saw him do that front double bicep pose after he injected, because it just made it super obvious he was injecting Synthol. This is also why his triceps and his forearms have that, like, deformed look to them, because it's not muscle in there, it's oil. This stuff can be harmful to your body, like just look at this guy. This was probably the dumbest trend in the fitness industry. Rich Piana passed away at just the age of 46 because he was abusing Synthol in his muscles, so stay natty kings.
I have used Synthol. I used it, probably 12 years ago, and I didn't like it. It blurred my muscles. It made my muscle look weird, and it was incredibly painful. And it's very hard to train. You're almost guaranteed going to have to take some painkillers while you train because it's so painful. So the whole theory of Synthol is you inject it in, it stretches the fascia tissue out, and therefore allows the muscle to grow at a faster rate. So that's the excuse of, I'm not cheating. I'm not using cosmetic enhancements. I'm doing this because it's going to make my muscles grow faster. But that's all false. It doesn't do that. And a lot of people, what they don't understand is that when you're injecting oil in your muscle, that oil is blocking the blood flow and the oxygen flow to the muscles. So your muscles are fed and they need to breathe, they need nutrients brought to them, and you're blocking those cells from getting what they need. So those muscle cells will eventually die off.
I honestly had no idea. So thanks to Jeff Rose and Benjamin in the comment section for making me realize this. I appreciate it. But sometimes it's pretty obvious, like this. This stuff blows my mind. It's clearly just a mental health thing. Guys, please stay away from this stuff.
306! 307! 308! 309! 310! Oh! È domenica! Ma che mi interessa a me? Se mia moglie che mi aspetta! Devo fare l'ultima serie! Vada!
Now, another person in the comments, Ash Chaya, if I'm not saying that wrong, told me about one of these Synthol guys in an MMA fight, so I had to find the footage.
Organic versus inorganic.
I don't know how they let them fight. His arms could burst if he's not careful. Honestly, these guys need to be locked up.
Apri sto cancello!
Aspetta, se non si apre!
Ti ho detto apri sto cancello!
So guys, please let me know if I've missed anything with any of these fake natties or the Synthol use, because as I'm delving in, I've realized how prevalent it is in bodybuilding. The Synthol is crazy to me.
If you've been training in the gym for a year now, here are some general strength metrics you should be hitting for your 1 rep maxes. This is approximate for males between the body weight of 60 to 85 kilograms. We're starting off with squat now. You should have had some leg days under your belt and built some power in your legs. You should be able to squat 140 kilograms by now.
What?
If you haven't reached the 100 kilo bench club yet, it's time to make a push. This is a feat all males should fear. You should be able to deadlift 160 kilos, overhead press 60 kilos, and weighted pull up at least 20 kilos plus your body weight. Let me know if you manage to hit all these targets.
Can you smell that? What is that? Sheep, is it? It's cows? No, I know what it is. It's bullshit.
I see so many of these videos. It seems to be a trend, like how strong you're supposed to be after a year of training. I took a look at the comments. A few people called him out, but so many people are going to be watching this confused, thinking that they're supposed to be stronger than they are, and potentially they're going to just stop training altogether because they're comparing themselves to these just ridiculous numbers. Now, today we're going to discuss how little you can train and actually get results. So people, if they feel like they need to spend 5-6 days a week in the gym, and if they can't, they're just not going to bother. But it's not the reality. Now, if you don't have much time, you can still get shit done. Even if you've got 30 minutes 3 or 4 times a week, or an hour twice a week, you can still build muscle. You can still get results.
If you go to the gym 3 times a week for a year, you are probably in the top percentile of all men on the planet with regards to fitness. 180 minutes a week. Like, the bar is set so low for this stuff.
It's all down to consistency. Someone that spends 2 or 3 times a week in the gym every single week without fail is going to get way more results than the person that's going 4 or 5 times a week, 6 times a week, burning out, always having to take breaks, or is just not consistent because they're out partying too much. But if you can stick to a schedule, that is more powerful, more important than training this magic number of times and lifting this certain amount of weight.
If you're listening to this, and you haven't made any progress in the last 2 months, what have you got to lose? Train maximum 3 times a week. Split your body into 3 body parts: chest, shoulders, tricep, back, bicep, legs. Train, warm up, do 1 set, 2 set to warm up, whatever it takes, and then just go balls in. And you got to focus. You got to focus on the muscle. You got to focus on the mechanics. 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises. Leave the gym. You can do that in half an hour.
Now, this is 6-time Mr. Olympia winner, Dorian Yates, and he trained 4 hours a week at his peak when he was winning those competitions. Now, we're not all trying to become Mr. Olympia, so it tells me we don't even need to train 4 hours a week to get results. We could train 2-3 hours a week, as long as we're training with purpose, but we need to train with intensity.
7, upper chest, come on, drive it through. Yes, and again, squeeze, drive, 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 1 more. Squeeze it up, squeeze it up, squeeze it up, squeeze it up. We go 1 more, Mike. Come on. Too easy. Come on. Drive it. Right. Hold it there at the top. You're coming down real slow now, yeah? Real slow. Real slow. And me and you, we're going to just throw it to the top. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Up. Up. Slower, 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 slower. Okay, good. Feel that, right?
Yep. Wasn't expecting that. It's always a surprise when you do the set with you. When you think you're done, you're not done.
Yeah, there's always more in the tank, yeah? Negative range of the motion is always stronger than the positive, yeah? So even when you've reached positive failure, there's still juice left in the tank on that negative. So this way we can exhaust everything. Positive, negative, everything. Finish. Now, what's the point to do another set on here? No point.
Now, we're not always going to have a partner with us to really exhaust the negative. But, I mean, a lot of people don't necessarily want to even get to that point. They want to preserve. So if you train to absolute failure, you'll need a lot more recovery. So you may not be able to hit that muscle again that week. So training just close to or failure, kind of solo failure, if you want to call it that, is suggested to actually be slightly better. But definitely focusing on that negative, like what you said, that's where we're going to build muscle. Now let's have a look at how much muscle you can expect.
12.5 grams. That is roughly how much muscle you will build in a day by resistance training 2 to 3 times a week, which honestly seems pretty demotivating. 1 month of consistency, however, is 375 grams. Not bad. 3 months of consistency, over 1 kilogram of muscle gain. What feels like slow progress in the moment adds up pretty quickly if you stay consistent. Building muscle takes time and requires patience, but commit to a month and you'll notice big changes in your strength. Commit to 3, you and others will notice a drastic change in your body. 1 day at a time.
How many hours a week do you work? 40. How many hours a week do you work? 40. Okay. How many hours a week do you work? Work? Yeah, work. Job? Yeah, your job. 50. But you're in here? Every day. 5 days a week. Wow. Okay. How many hours a week do you work? 60, 70. All right, thank you. How many hours a week do you work? At your job?
40.
40. Okay. And you're in here?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, just check.
Without a doubt.
All right,
Without a doubt. Be like you, baby.
How many sets you gonna do?
All of them.
How many reps?
All of them.
Now I put this one in here as well, so a little realization for us all. So we've all got busy schedules, we all work hard, But the people that realize how important training is, they'll still get it done. Like, they'll still find time. These people are busy people and they're still working out. So I think about this all the time. There's people walking around on this earth that have never exercised, never lifted a weight, and they don't realize how amazing they could feel. And I don't want to sound all weird, but training in any form, exercise, sports, whatever, it makes you feel so good. And there's people that just don't realize the benefits. And like we've just discovered here, even 1 to 2 hours a week could completely change your outlook on life, or just how you feel.
If you don't exercise, I don't know how you survive, man. I really don't know how people function without exercising. It makes you feel so much better physically and mentally. I'm like, how do people go through life and I can't imagine it, not training and being overweight and feeling shit. Most people feel shit, but they don't know they feel shit because they never felt good.
Yeah.
Now they get used to it.
The problem is that you have to, like, you get used to the feeling of your body without exercise. And then when you start to exercise, you feel even worse at the first, like, 2 or 3 months. You're tired, muscle sore, and stuff like that. So you have to sleep more, you start to eat more.
You start to eat better because your body starts asking for what it's requiring.
So you need to go through a shittier period. Then you start to feel better and better and better, and your body starts to ask for exercise.
Exactly, ask for your brain is asking for it.
So if there's anyone watching right now that's been on the fence for a while now, that they don't know if they should train or not, they see all this toxic stuff online, so it kind of scares them. I promise you guys, just do something. Even if it is just walk in, start like that, build it up from there. I promise you will not regret it. Now guys, my website is finally up. The link is in the description, and there is a free and no BS muscle building blueprint on there for all of you. So guys, please go check that out. It's all science backed, no fluff. It's just straight to the point. Hopefully I can help some of you guys.
Las pesas son amigas de los fisicoculturistas. Los libros son amigos de los sabios. ¿Me entiendes? El silencio es la paz de Dios. Es la voz, la paz.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're taking a look at El Campeon. He's a lifter I see all the time on TikTok. I compiled a whole, I've got some legs, I got some chest, some shoulders, some arms. We're gonna take a look at it and kind of critique his training style. Let's have a look. There's a lot of unique lifting styles out there, but I have never seen anyone use 3 lifting belts at the same time. That is crazy. Now, firstly, I'm not trashing anyone that wants to lift however they feel their best. But wearing 3 belts, strapping the plates on to barely lift it, it may feel empowering for this guy, but it's not going to get you results. You're gonna injure yourself. Now, the first thing you could notice is he's not the biggest guy in the gym. He's in good shape, but for someone that's lifting so much weight, why is he not bigger? And you see a lot of this kind of stuff in the gym where people lift way too heavy, but this guy seems to be selling plans where people want to learn how to lift like this. It blows my mind. So let's take a look. So let's take a look at some legs. So the first thing I can't help but notice is the fact that he's wearing a belt on a Smith squat. So it's almost like wearing it on a leg press. It's just, it's just almost pointless. And then you've got the knee straps. He's got 200 kg on there, and it's just knee presses. There's no squat. It's just a couple of knee bends. There's probably way more stress on his knees than any muscle in this movement. Now let's take a look at some chest. Now in this scenario, he's actually got the full stretch. So he's actually starting at the full stretch, which will actually be stimulating some sort of chest. The problem is he's not doing enough with it. And in my opinion, with all of that swinging and then real cut off squeezes, it's impossible for him not to be using his shoulder right here. Now, of course, a very crucial slap from the belt. Every serious lifter does this. All right, we're onto the incline press machine. We've got an unfathomable amount. 140, 60, 80, 120, 140, 160. He's got 160 kilogram bench press, which is more like a full body thrust. Again, he's starting at full range. I guess if we're looking to be positive. It honestly blows my mind watching stuff like this. Because surely in your head you know this can't be right. This can't be right. If I can't lift the full range, why am I doing this? Now, I'm not making this video in attempt to save people from training like this because of him. I don't think anyone's watching this and assuming it's smart. But just in case you are, please guys, you need to be able to stretch the muscle and fully extend, or at least halfway, at least. But let's move on to some shoulders. Let's take a look what he does for a lateral raise. Now, in this one, he probably is actually stimulating some sort of muscle because it seems like he's controlling it a little bit. But it goes without saying, you don't need to be... I can't believe I'm about to say this. You don't need to lateral raise 100 kg. This style of training comes from one big issue that will never leave the gym, and it's ego. And I found a clip here I'm about to prove to you. This guy is about to do upright rows with, I think it's 100, something like this. And this guy cannot stop looking around. He does a rep, he's checking someone's looking. Does a rep, he's checking someone's looking. All right, so it's 100 kg. Now, keep a look in his eyes. He looks again. Another quick look. Stares again. Again. Ridiculous. And that wasn't enough. He needs more weight. He can barely deadlift it, but he thinks he's gonna upright row it. It's not going anywhere. So at least he's acknowledging that he needs to go higher. That's interesting. And now we got some shrugs with every weight you could find. And guys, if you can barely deadlift the weight you want to shrug or row or anything, it's too heavy because your deadlift is using everything. If you can't pick it into position, you can't maintain position. Like, it's really simple.
Cheat reps, also known as ego lifting.
Go first.
It is a journey without an end or a purpose. When you think it through, cheat reps are stupid on almost all counts. You end up having a higher probability of injury, a lower probability of stimulating the target muscle, and a very difficult time tracking.
I agree that they're overrated. I think for the most part, people should use good technique. I would argue that on certain exercises, for example, bicep curls, if doing a little bit of cheating and slight momentum allows you to get another rep and then you control the eccentric, that might be an extra controlled eccentric that you wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't used that little bit of momentum. So I think that they can have some value, but I would still say overall, mostly overrated.
But this kind of ego lift discussion is vast. Some people say that it's crucial, or you can apply it in ways to actually benefit, like cheating up to a certain point to then get the negative out of it, like to get more out of the eccentric part of the movement. But in the grand scheme of things, you need to start with good form. If you fall into cheat form and it's safe, go ahead. But you can't start a movement with the intentions of cheating. So with that all being said, let's take a look at his bicep workout.
Ay, gracias porque nunca me consintieron mis pendejadas.
Now, of course, we need to be striving to lift heavy weight, but when it comes to isolation exercises, biceps, triceps, medial delts, even like lateral raises, a light weight where you can completely isolate that muscle is gonna build you more muscle for sure. Like, I'm sick of seeing all this swinging, all this crazy shit when it comes to cars and stuff. I promise you guys, if you're new in the gym, start off lighter and understand how to use the muscle. Understand how to feel it first. And if you can still feel it at that heavy weight, keep going heavier. But you will get to a point eventually where you no longer feel that muscle anymore with that heavier weight. That's your sign. Okay, let me stay here for a minute, improve the form, get stronger, and attempt that again in a couple of weeks. But let's stop swinging. Now, he has to be riddled with injuries, honestly. Guys, it's just another example of ways you shouldn't be training. If you want to take a look at my no BS muscle building blueprint, it's on my website. Check it out. It's completely free. It's going to give you all the important information. But my best advice is start slow. Make sure you can feel the target muscle. If you don't feel it, we don't need to keep going heavy. But that's it for today. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
Before I fall to the system, I'm gonna try and do good with my gifting and pray to the Lord for some wisdom. Pray. Hopefully someone will listen. Amen.